I've heard a thing or two.
All over again.
He doesn't even know
It happens sooner or later.
Doing all right?
Hey, I know you. From the colony. What do you want here?
You can't rely on that.
I've come to join you.
Why not? I've got nothing against it. Anyway, you freed our mine from the guards back then. But don't count on getting along with the others here so easily. A lot of newbies have come along since then. And some of the old mercenaries won't remember you. I almost didn't recognize you. You look rather haggard.
When the barrier fell, I barely got away with my life.
Looks like you got lucky then.
Do you have anything to sell?
Oh, don't ask. Bennett, one of the new guys, takes care of the weapons and armor now. In the colony, I was responsible for Lee's entire weapons store. And then along came a trained smith and pow, I'm out of a job. I desperately need a new job, even if all I do is guard the farms out there. I don't care, just as long as I'm not twiddling my thumbs here anymore.
Somebody wants to know.
Can you teach me anything?
I can teach you a few tricks in handling a bow if you want. I don't have anything better to do right now anyway.
And that's the trap.
And? Found a new task yet?
Not so far. Let me know if you have a job for me.
That's no secret.
Trouble as it is.
Have you tried finding a job in town?
In the city? Wild horses couldn't drag me there. Or do you think I would want to work there as a militia soldier? I can just imagine myself in the courtier's uniform. And then that obsession with obedience. Nah, forget it. There may not be anything to do here on the farm, but at least I can do what I want.
That'll never change.
To believe these days.
That will never change.
Hello, pretty girl.
Just where did you escape from?
They say you are revolting against the king.
My father has decided that it's time we defended ourselves. The militia never helped us anyway. They only came here to drag off our provisions.
What kind of work is to be had here on the farm?
My father pays money to all the men who help defend the farm. Are you interested? You don't look like someone who has a passion for field labor.
How much does your father pay?
Bengaar himself was after him.
You'd have to negotiate that with him. All I know is that each mercenary here gets paid every day.
Are there any rules here that I should stick to?
You don't touch anything here that isn't yours. You stay away from the areas that are none of your business. And if you must pick a fight, stick to the mercenaries.
All over again.
If you start a brawl with the farmers, everybody here will be against you.
What's your job here?
I sell the goods that we produce. If you want to buy something, just let me know. But let me warn you, I won't stand for either haggling or stealing, understood?
Show me your wares.
What can I offer you?
You should have known better.
Has anything significant happened lately?
A few days ago, my father decreed that we're no longer allowed to sell anything in town. So now I'm staying here on the farm and selling my wares to visitors only.
How are things?
Hey, don't I know you from somewhere?
It's possible.
I used to deal in swamp weed back in the colony. Remember?
And what are you dealing in now?
Ah, don't ask. I brought a whole package of swamp weed with me from the mining colony. Many of the mercenaries like a little smoke now and then. I've earned a small fortune on the side. But some bastard stole all the weed from my chest. I'm pretty sure it was that Bodo. He bunks in the same room as me, and he always grins at me like such an idiot.
What are you going to do about the thief then?
One of these days, I'll catch him puffing away on my weed. And then, I'll find a quiet spot and teach him a lesson he won't forget. If I knock him down here in the middle of the yard, the other farmers will notice, and I'll pay an arm and a leg.
How come?
Quite simple. We can't rough up the farmers, otherwise Lee makes us pay a heavy fine. That's the way Onar wants it. And the more witnesses there are, the more of a fuss there is. That makes things more expensive. So I'll pull the thing off nice and inconspicuously.
I want to join Lee's people.
Lee's people? If Lee keeps on this way, they soon won't be his anymore.
Why?
Lee has always been a quiet one. It was that way in the colony, too. But lately, he's overdoing it. He just wants to sit here and wait until the paladins drop dead from starvation. Silvio thinks we should clean up a bit on the small farms and outside the city. I think that would make for an excellent change. At the moment, most of us are just twiddling our thumbs here. Do you want to join up anyway?
I want to become one of you no matter what.
You already know that we take a vote on every new recruit.
What are you hinting at?
Well, I haven't had anything to smoke in a long time. Bring me a few swamp weed reefers and you got my vote. You can surely scare some up someplace.
Show me your wares.
I don't have any swamp weed at the moment. Do you want something else?
Nobody will learn anything from me. But of course we got him in the end.
Cypher told me somebody stole a package of swamp weed from him.
And?
He thinks you're the one who took it.
Oh, that's why the guy is always gawping at me so stupidly. I've been extra friendly to him lately because he seems to have hit a rough spot. But there was nothing I could do. I'd look at him friendly-like and he'd stare at me like he wanted to kill me.
That's been known a long time. I wouldn't be so sure. Will it ever change?
That's no secret.
Who says they're going to change that?
That's all just gossip.
I wouldn't have done kinds of rumors. I don't want to hear that anymore.
That's all just gossip.
I don't want to hear that.
What are you smoking there?
Want a toke?
Sure.
I'm no better off myself.
He should have known this forever.
You have to step in and sort
Been
of
there,
better off
done that.
myself.
Not bad, huh?
Where did you get the stuff?
It can't go on like this forever.
I'm
That's not what
staying
I
out of
heard.
it.
He doesn't even know how to hold a
Who
sword.
says they're going to change that?
I have my sources.
Not as much.
And
I'm
that's
not
the
telling you
truth.
anything new.
Do you do anything besides smoke?
Not at the moment.
I'm not touching that.
I'm staying out of it.
I want to join the mercenaries. Do you mind?
Who cares?
Cypher told me that someone stole a package of swamp weed from him. Would you know anything about that?
No.
That's been known a long time.
Do you really think? Kinds of rumors.
Where's the package?
What do I know?
Sooner or later.
I'll knock it out of you.
Relax. I'm way too stoned to fight with you. Here, first take a big toke.
I agree with you.
Who said that anymore?
Where did you pick that up then?
No idea. You tell me.
Know that. That's all just gossip. I agree with you completely.
He thinks it's as easy as that.
I'm staying.
Hey!
Obvious.
You don't have to tell me that.
That's all just gossip.
I know who took your weed.
Who?
I couldn't get it.
Was it that Bodo?
No, one of the mercenaries did it. Dar.
That bastard.
It's all just
Where is he?
Finding him won't help you. He doesn't have the package anymore. He sold it in Khorinis.
Where is he?
Behind the kitchen building on the corner.
Tell me that.
I'll flatten him.
That was obvious all along. He doesn't even know how to hold a sword.
Nothing's ever going to change.
I couldn't get it.
Who said that?
I don't know anything new.
He should have known.
You don't have to tell me that.
Those are all just rumors. Nothing's ever going to change that.
It's no secret.
How to believe these days.
Watch out who you tell what.
Where did you pick that up then?
Thanks for the gold. You hero.
I can't help it. Believe these days.
That
Well, we'll see the next time. Blabbermouth, you told Cypher I took his weed. Like hell will I vote for you.
Where's the package?
What do I know?
That's no secret.
Nothing's ever gonna change themselves. You mustn't believe everything. I can't believe that.
That's the truth.
Doesn't see that. I can't help
Wait a minute.
Been there, done that.
You really gave Dar what for? Are you feeling better now?
Yeah, that felt good.
Not to him, I suppose.
The little beggar has no business going through my chest.
I've got no time for
About the swamp weed. Here's a few stalks for you.
Oh, you are my man. You've got my vote.
Would this package of swamp weed happen to be yours?
Well, I'll be...
staying out of it.
Where'd you get that?
It's a long story.
Doesn't matter. Really, you're a decent guy. Here, take this as a reward. Have fun with it. First, let me roll a few.
Tell me you didn't know that.
I couldn't care less.
No touching that. You have to
Hello, I'm new here.
Don't take this the wrong way, but I'm not really in the mood for conversation. I'm totally wrecked.
You're awfully busy, huh?
You can say that again. Bennett makes so many weapons that I can hardly keep up with the polishing.
You don't have to tell me that.
That was quite obvious.
What can you tell me about the farm?
This is Onar's farm. That big building is his house. He vacated a wing for the mercenaries. We farmers have had to bunk in the barn ever since. But it's all right with me. It's good that we have people who guard the farm. The building here is the kitchen. Maybe you'll be lucky and Thekla will have something for you to eat.
What about the mercenaries?
Onar hired them to keep the city militia off our backs. But they also guard the farm, the sheep, and us farmers. So don't even think about stealing anything or rummaging around in somebody's chest. They're just waiting for a chance to knock you down.
Can I buy weapons from you?
I don't have much. We take almost all the swords and axes into Onar's house.
Telling you anything new would have thought of that himself.
I do not sell any weapons. Khaled does. He's in the house with Onar.
That's all just gossip business.
What kinds of weapons do you make?
Plain swords at the moment, not much else. But if I had some magic ore, I can forge weapons that are better than all comparable weapons made from regular old steel. You wouldn't happen to know where to find some around here. Besides, in the Valley of Mines, I mean.
No.
Of course not.
You have to step in and sort things out.
Are you with the farmers or the mercenaries?
You're pulling my leg, aren't you?
I was just curious.
Have you ever seen a farmer who also forges weapons?
No.
Then why do you ask such stupid questions?
That really didn't deserve that.
I want to join the mercenaries.
Stop blabbering then. Go to Torloff and let him put you to the test.
Then really didn't deserve that.
Can you teach me how to forge a sword?
Sure. That'll cost you a bit, though. Let's say 30 gold pieces.
That's been known a long time. Tell me you didn't.
Fine. Here's 30 for you.
That was a damn good price, too. We can start as soon as you're ready.
That doesn't surprise me. That's really not my problem. Nobody will learn anything from me.
Teach me how to forge magic ore weapons.
Mustn't believe everything.
But you don't even know the basics. First, you need to learn how to forge a decent sword. Then we'll see.
I hardly know what to do. It was quite obvious.
What about forging equipment?
What do you need?
That himself. I'd have gone about it differently.
I've heard a thing or two. I'm not touching that.
That's not what I heard. I'm no better off myself.
Don't say you didn't know that.
Is it really true? That's been known a long time.
I'm not touching that. Really didn't deserve that.
Really should have known better.
That's really not my problem.
You already know that. Got my own opinion. You mustn't believe everything you Where did you pick that up?
Hold a sword. That's not what I heard. That's been known a long time.
Hey, don't I know you from somewhere?
It's possible. I was in the colony too.
Right. What do you want?
How's the situation?
Right now, we've got real trouble. 2 factions are building up amongst us mercenaries. Silvio and his people doubt that Lee is following the right plan.
How come there are 2 factions?
Most of us came out of the colony with Lee back then. But some of the mercenaries hooked up with us later. They didn't come from the colony, but were farther south fighting the Yorks. Somehow they got wind that Lee needed people. Their leader was Silvio. He agreed that Lee was in charge, but now he's trying to stir up the mercenaries against him and his plan. A lot of Lee's people don't think that it's a big problem, but I know guys like Silvio. He'll go to extremes to realize his ideas.
Do you know what Lee's intentions are?
Lee wants us to wait and starve the paladins in the city. He is planning to get us all away from the island, and Enos knows I've got nothing against getting away from here. I don't really know how he's planning to go about it, but I trust him. He's led us well so far.
Do you know what Silvio is planning?
Silvio found out that some of the paladins have moved out to the old colony. He says the rest of the paladins wouldn't dare to attack us here and wants to take advantage of the situation. Plunder the small farms, waylay the militia patrols outside the city, hold up travelers, things like that. But Lee thinks that would be the worst thing we could do in our situation.
I want to become a mercenary.
I'm not sure that's a good idea.
Where's the problem?
Well, I either have to vote for you or against you. And in the situation we're in, I'll only vote for you if I can be sure that you're on Lee's side.
So what should I do?
Simple. Beat up a few of Silvio's boys. That way both sides will know exactly where you stand. And if you stick to the rules for a duel, you'll even win the respect of the others.
What are the rules for a duel?
Go to Torloff and let him explain it if you're interested. Just so we understand each other, I don't care if you stick to the rules or not, just as long as the boys wind up out cold in the mud.
Which of the mercenaries are Silvio's men?
There are 6 men. First of all, Silvio himself and his right-hand man, Bulko. Then there's Rod, Sentenza, Fester, and Raoul. The rest of the people are either neutral or on Lee's side.
How many of Silvio's people should I defeat?
If you knock 3 of them to the ground, then you've proven which side you're on. Whom you choose is your business. Just one little hint. This isn't about proving your courage. Don't go up against Silvio himself. He'll make mincemeat out of you.
What are you doing here in my kitchen?
Something smells delicious here.
Oh, yes. I know the likes of you. They're swarming all over the place. First, they try to get on your good side, and then when you need them, they're nowhere to be seen.
I'm hungry.
I don't dish out food to tramps. I only feed people who work. And that mercenary riffraff, of course.
That's nothing new.
I'm looking for work.
You want to work here on the farm? Only Onar can decide that. The farm is his, and so is the entire valley.
Been there, done that.
Actually, I was planning to join the mercenaries.
So you're another of those felons from the penal colony?
Tell me that isn't
I
true.
might have known. Just leave me alone. There's already enough of your kind around here.
I need a place to sleep.
Don't even think about sleeping in my kitchen. Go find yourself a place in the barn.
What's your problem with the mercenaries?
Ah, those morons really get on my nerves, especially Silvio and his fat buddy Bulko. The 2 of them have been sitting in their corner for days now, making life miserable for me. The soup's too hot, the meat's too tough, etc. and so forth.
Then why don't you do anything about it?
And what am I to do, Mr. Smarty Pants? Whack them with my rolling pin? I can do that to the farmers, but these lowly bastards just hit back.
His decision, wasn't it?
Want me to teach the 2 of them some manners?
You better not try that, honey. As far as I know, Silvio has magic armor. He can't be defeated.
What about Bulko?
That guy is as strong as an ox. So far, he has flattened anyone who tried to mess with him or Silvio.
You don't have to ask me that.
You don't have to tell me that.
It has come to my attention that you have it in for my boys. And as far as I know, you're one of Lee's protégés. I'm warning you, a few things are going to be different around here soon, and we'll talk about this again then.
How's it going?
Have I given you permission to address me?
Hey, asshole!
You don't actually think I'd get involved in a duel with you? Go crawl back under your rock.
Hey!
Silvio doesn't like being talked to. You might have gathered as much by now.
Don't associate me with that. I can't believe that, people.
Cut out this magic crap. Put away that weapon. Put away.
They're smashing. They're smashing.
Oh my. Oh my.
They're smashing.
Oh my.
They're smashing.
Oh my God.
Oh my. Oh my.
They're smashing each other.
Not bad.
It has come to... and it's...
How's...
Have I...
Hey,
You go crawl...
hey, you!
Silvio doesn't like being talked.
Cut out this magic armor, kid.
Put away that weapon.
They're smashing. They're smashing. They're smashing. They're smashing.
Oh, fight.
They're smashing.
Oh my.
They're smashing. Put down. Are you deaf or what? I said. You asked for it.
I mustn't believe everything you hear.
Will you stop it now?
It has come and it's... Have... You go...
Hey, you!
Silvio.
See? That wasn't so hard.
Oh my.
They're smashing each other's skull. They're smashing. They're smashing. They're smashing each other's. They're smashing. Oh my God. They're smashing. They're smashing. They're smashing.
Oh my. Oh my. Not bad.
It has come and it's...
How's it...
Have I...
Hey,
You go crawl...
hey!
Silvio.
That was obvious all along.
What do you think of Lee?
Oh, he's a good fighter. I wouldn't ever want to pick a fight with him. Unless, of course, it couldn't be avoided.
Wait a minute.
That's really not my problem.
The two of us should have a chat.
Listen, you won. Now leave me alone.
You really let Bulko have it, honey. Must have been an exhausting job to thrash that fat swine.
You just have
Here,
to listen.
have a bite to eat so you'll gain back your strength.
That will never change.
Can I have some more of your stew?
I haven't got any now.
Not even a tiny bowl?
No.
Can I lick the pot then?
Will you cut it out? If you're so keen on my stew, you'll have to do something to get it.
What?
Go see Sagita, the healer who lives behind Sekop's farm, and bring me a package of her herbs. If you bring me the herbs, I'll make you some stew.
He really should have known better.
He should have known better.
How many of Silvio's men are still on my list? I've bested Bulko.
I heard. Not bad.
Rod looks a little worse for the wear. Sentenza was trying to squeeze some gold out of me. Not a smart idea. Fester tried to take me for a ride. That was his mistake. I went to see Raoul.
And?
He was badly in need of a proper licking.
That's enough. That's enough. I'm impressed. If Lee asks me, I can vote for you without hesitation.
Is it really true? Know that. I'd be better off myself.
What do you want from me?
I'm in enough trouble.
I want to join the mercenaries.
Oh, and why do you think I should be in favor of you being accepted here?
Put me to the test.
Did Lee send you to me?
No.
Then what are you blathering at me for?
What are the rules for a duel?
Quite simple. Both opponents have to have the opportunity to draw their weapons before the first blow. You can't just go and belt one of the men without warning. There has to be some sort of spoken challenge, an insult, or another reason to fight. None of the other men will interfere in a fight like that, unless one of the two gets killed in the duel.
You can't rely on her.
Can you help me improve my abilities?
I could show you how to use your strength better in close combat. A lot of fighters are very weak because they don't have the technique to use their strength properly. The same is true for dexterity and ranged weapons.
Nobody wants to know.
Nobody that's anything on my problem. Hey, where do you think you're going?
To the house, of course.
Onar pays us not to let guys like you in here.
I want to talk to Lee.
What do you want from him?
I used to say that myself.
He and I go way back.
You're a pal of Lee's? I don't believe a word. But go on in. If he doesn't recognize you, you'll know it. Lee's in the right wing. Don't even think about wandering around anywhere else.
I used to say that myself.
Nothing amazes me anymore.
Where did you pick that up then? You didn't get that from me.
Who are you?
I am Onar's wife, Maria. What do you want here?
I just wanted to have a look around here.
With all these men on the farm now, there's no peace to be had inside the house. They just keep barging in here.
Do the mercenaries bother you?
Oh, well, at least the farm has been a lot safer since the mercenaries came. Back when we were still on our own, the militia came from town all the time to plunder our provisions. They dragged off the better part of the harvest, and they took some sheep, too. They did nothing for us in return. A few of those scoundrels even stole from us.
So what did they steal from you?
Mostly gold and silver. They even took my wedding present, a golden plate. I bet it's now gathering dust in the chest of some filthy city guard.
Tell me about Onar.
He's a good man, a little grumpy and very impatient, but we've all got our faults. I told my husband, "Why do you let the soldiers from the city treat you like that? Do something," I said. So he hired the mercenaries. Now I feel like I'm in the middle of a war. But then, we are at war, aren't we?
Has anything exciting happened here lately?
The paladins passed by here. At first we thought they were going to attack the farm, but they were headed for the Valley of Mines.
I have a golden plate here. Would this be yours?
Yes, that is it. Thanks a million.
So, what about my reward?
Do you want to hire on as a mercenary here on the farm?
No, not really.
Then take this gold as a reward. You've earned it.
It's a bad business.
Of course we got him in the end.
Will it ever change?
He really didn't deserve that.
You hardly know who to believe these days.
I'm not touching that.
I agree with you completely.
You have to step in and sort things out.
That's really not my problem.
Everything fine with you?
If it's something important, go talk to Lee. Otherwise, leave me alone.
Who the devil let you in here? What are you doing here? I thought you were dead.
What makes you think that?
Gorn told me it was you who brought down the barrier.
Yes, that was me, all right.
I never would have thought that a man could survive something like that. What brings you here? You aren't here without a reason.
I absolutely must talk to the paladins in town. Can you help me get to them?
What's your business with the paladins?
That's a long story.
I've got time.
Zardoz sent me on a mission. He wants me to obtain a powerful amulet, the Eye of Innos.
So you're still allied to that necromancer. I see. And the paladins have this amulet?
As far as I know, yes.
I can help you get to the paladins, but first you need to become one of us.
How can you help me get to the paladins?
Trust me, I've got a plan. I think you're the right man for it. I'll take you to the paladins, and you'll do me a favor. But first, join us.
What exactly are you doing here?
Quite simple. I'm gonna see to it that we all get off this island. Onar hired us to defend his farm, and that's exactly what we're gonna do. But our reward is more than just our pay. By helping the farmers, we cut the city off from its provisions. And the less the paladins have to eat, the sooner they'll listen when I finally make them an offer of peace.
What is your offer going to look like?
Essentially, it will be about our pardons and free passage to the mainland. You'll learn more when the time comes.
I want to join you.
I'd hope you say that. I can use every able man here. The last mercenaries I accepted have done nothing but stir up trouble. In principle, you can start right away. Well, first there's one or two things we need to get straight, but it's no big deal.
Gorn told you about me? What happened to him?
You remember him, don't you?
Sure.
He got caught by the paladins and was sent back to the Valley of Mines with a penal convoy. If the road to the Valley of Mines wasn't plastered with paladins and orcs, I'd have sent a couple of the boys already to free him. But the way things are, there's no point. Poor devil.
What do I have to get straight before I can join you?
Onar, the landowner, is the one who employs us. You can only stay on the farm with his approval. And then there's the boys. I can only accept you if a majority of the mercenaries agree that you join us. But don't go to Onar before everything is straightened out. He's a very impatient fellow.
How can I convince the mercenaries to vote me in?
By doing what is expected of you as a mercenary, I should say. Talk to Torloff. He's usually outside in front of the house. He'll put you to the test. If you can pass that, you should have earned a large part of the necessary respect. He'll tell you everything else you need to know.
What do you know about the Ring of Water?
I might have known. You just have to mingle in everything, don't you?
Come on, tell me.
I'm only marginally involved in this. I know that this secret guild exists here and that the water mages are behind it. Since the fall of the barrier, I am no longer bound to the agreement I came to with the water mages back then. Of course, I still help when I can, but most of the time, I have my own problems and barely any time for other things. If you want to know more about it, you should probably talk to Cord. He's one of them, as far as I know.
That's no secret. Nothing amazes me anymore.
Everything fine with you?
So, you want to join us then, hmm? Do you even have a decent weapon?
How did you end up with the mercenaries?
I came with Silvio from the south. We belong to an army of mercenaries which fought against the orcs.
What's your opinion of Silvio?
He's a dangerous fella, and many of the mercenaries who came with him this far listen to what he says. Better not pick a fight with him.
What's your opinion of Lee?
I think that the only thing Lee is really interested in is getting away from this island. He wants to go to the mainland. Seems to have a bone to pick with someone there. At any rate, he does a far better job than Silvio ever could. Moreover, he's a good leader. Most of the time, we can do whatever we want here.
Would you mind if I joined you?
Once you have passed the test, I shall vote for you.
What weapons do you have to offer?
Only the best. Just take a look at them.
I've got no time for things like that.
That's not what I heard.
Been there, done that.
That's really not my problem.
I'm staying out of it.
I'd have gone about it differently.
The things I could tell you.
Really believe that?
You should really have known better.
Don't tell me you didn't. I agree with you completely.
You just have to listen.
Know that.
That's not what I had. Business.
That was quite obvious.
Nobody wants to know.
I never knew that.
If you have a problem with wolves or field raiders, go talk to one of the younger mercenaries. You can come to me when the paladins show up here.
What?
Whenever one of you peasants comes to me, it's always about slaughtering innocent beasts.
I'm not a peasant.
Oh? What is it you want then?
I'm no better off myself.
Teach me how to fight.
I only train mercenaries or worthy candidates.
It's a bad business. That's
Teach me how to fight.
I only
I want to become a mercenary.
You look more like someone who'd been born to work in the field, boy. Can you wield a weapon then? So, how about one-handed weapons?
I'm not so bad at that.
And two-handed weapons then?
I'm surely gonna get better.
Well, at least you're not a damn beginner. All right, I'm gonna vote you in. Whatever else you need to know, you can learn from me.
I couldn't get away with that.
What should I learn first, one-handed or two-handed combat?
Those two types of arms are rather similar. As soon as you reach the next level with one type of weapon, you automatically learn for the other as well. If, for instance, you're good at fighting with one-handed swords, but still a beginner with two-handed weapons, your two-handed skills will go up as well whenever you train with a one-hander. If you train with one type of weapon only, you'll find the training more exhausting. If you always train both, you'll arrive at the same result with less effort. In the end, the outcome will be the same either way. It's your choice.
I've heard that you belong to the Ring of Water.
What rat has not been able to keep his big trap shut?
Lee told me about it.
Looks like I've got a deal with you now, doesn't it? All right. So what do you need? And be damn careful about what you tell me. For if I don't like what I hear, I just might skin you alive.
I'm not telling you anything new.
He didn't get that from me. It was his decision, wasn't it?
That's been known a long time.
I don't really need anything. I'll get along by myself.
If that's what you want, you had your chance. And woe betide you if I hear that you can't keep your trap shut. And I'm only saying this once, understand?
What are the advantages of one-handed or two-handed weapons?
A good question. I see you've given the subject some thought. One-handed weapons are faster, but a little weaker. Two-handers cause more damage, but you can't strike as fast. Also, you need more strength to wield a two-hander. This means additional training. The only way to become really good is to invest a lot of effort.
I'm no better off myself.
He really did. It was his decision, wasn't it?
All that matters is
What are you doing here?
Guarding sheep. And if possible, staying out of trouble.
Doesn't always work, does it?
Nah, especially not with the mercenaries. I'm really glad to be out here in the pasture, although it can be dangerous too.
What's so dangerous in the pasture?
There's a small pack of wolves that roams the area. Lately, the damn beasts have come by and eaten one of my sheep almost every day. A few days ago, I had almost twice as many sheep. I don't want to think what Onar will do to me when he finds out.
Why didn't you tell the mercenaries about the wolves? I thought they worked for you.
Yeah, I know. I should have done that, but I didn't, damn it. And now, with so many sheep gone, I'm afraid to tell anyone about it at all.
But you just told me.
I'm already regretting that, too.
What if I kill those wolves?
You? By yourself? I don't believe it. I'd sooner trust my bellwether to do that.
Forget it. It was just a suggestion. I'll go over to the boys and see what they say about it.
Wait a minute. Okay, you're the greatest and you can take on 100 wolves at once, no problem. Mostly they lurk between the trees near the pasture. I think there were only 4.
Nothing to plunder.
true. Of course, I agree with you completely.
He really should have known better.
He didn't get that from me.
And there's more, believe me.
Is it really true?
That's no secret.
I've done in the wolves.
You did it! Thank Innos. But now I still don't know how to tell Onar that all those sheep are gone. It's all that damn Bulko's fault.
What did you say about Bulko?
He's one of the mercenaries. It was actually his job to guard the pasture. But instead, he and his pal Silvio hang around Thekla in the kitchen all day. It's that bastard's fault if I don't get paid for weeks because of the lost sheep. I wish I could at least punch him in the mouth for it, but nobody stands a chance against him. The guy's a killer.
Bulko got what was coming to him. I've taught him a lesson.
The swine deserved it.
How are you? And how are your sheep?
I'm fine, and so are the sheep. That is, the ones that are still here are doing all right.
Can I buy a sheep?
Anytime, if you can pay the price. A sheep will cost you 100 gold pieces. If you pay, you can take a sheep, but you have to treat it well.
It was his decision, wasn't it?
That's not what I heard you. I never knew that.
Put me to the test.
Did Lee send you to me?
He said you would help me.
Fine, so here we go. There are two things you have to do before you can join us. First, you have to prove that you're capable of mastering the tasks that you will have to fulfill as a mercenary. I'll put you to the test. And second, you have to earn the respect of the other mercenaries.
I don't know who to believe these days.
Well, how can I earn the respect of the other mercenaries?
For most of them, it'll be enough if you fulfill your task and pass my test. But you'll have to find some other way of convincing some of them. Some will try and exploit your situation, and others may not like your mug. You should try to get along with as many of the boys as possible. But if nothing else helps, then you can always take part in a duel. If you win, you'll earn the respect of most of them. But watch out that you don't kill one of them by accident, because then you'll have a big problem.
Is it really true?
What about you? Will you vote me in?
If you can prove that you can fulfill the duties of a mercenary, yes.
Is it really true?
What are my duties as a mercenary?
Onar hired us for two reasons. He wants us to keep the militia off his back, and he wants us to keep things in order on his farms. That includes collecting the rent when the small farmers won't pay. So, what'll it be?
I'll deal with the militia, don't worry.
The farmer Bengaar has complained that lately the militia from the city has been getting on his nerves. They're pressuring the farmer, probably trying to make him break with Onar. I want you to go to his farm and make it clear to the militia that they have no business there. Questions?
How can I find Bengaar's farm?
In the southwest of the valley is a big stairway that leads to a high plain. That's where Bengaar's farm is. If you get lost, ask the farmers in the fields how to find your way around the area.
I never knew that. He doesn't even know how old is.
I want to improve my abilities.
I can't help it.
That was quite obvious.
That's all just gossip.
I'm staying up.
I'd have gone about it differently.
So worked up.
Do you really
didn't
believe
deserve
that?
I hardly know what to believe anymore.
That's all just gossip.
Nothing there. Nothing there. Nothing to be had there. Nothing there.
I think I've found something.
Nothing to be had there.
That horrible animal is dead, I assume. Then I can finally hunt freely again.
Hey! You've got a lot of space up here.
It's nice enough. But if you go through the pass back there, you won't think so much longer. If this little tract of land has impressed you, then wait till you see the Valley of Mines back there.
Why are you looking so solemn?
You're wearing our aquamarine ring.
You belong to the Ring of Water?
I certainly do. Good to see a new face in our ranks.
What's your task within the Ring of Water?
I keep an eye on the entrance to the pass to see who goes in and out. Since the paladins have closed the gate to the pass, however, there hasn't been much coming and going.
Have you heard of those missing people?
Of course I have. That's why we're supposed to keep our eyes open. But I haven't seen much that would give you a clue, to tell you the truth.
What do I need to know about the Valley of Mines?
No idea. I've only taken a fleeting glance at the valley. Looked pretty dangerous. The best thing to do if you go there, through the pass, is to stay close to the beaten track. Either you take the way through the big gorge or the road over the stone bridge. That one is shorter and safer. Now that the orcs are roaming all over the place, you have to be a bit careful. I don't want to have to drag you to the Herb Witch.
Herb Witch?
Her name is Sagita, and she's the healer for the farmers and the other people who live outside the harbor city. A truly curious female. No one really likes going to her, and everybody enjoys gossiping about her. But if you're sick, you won't find better help than Sagita and her kitchen full of healing herbs. You'll find her in the strip of woods behind Sekub's farm.
Can you teach me about hunting?
No problem. For 100 gold coins, I can show you how to gut the animals you bring down. Pelts and other trophies bring a lot of money in the market.
Here, 100 gold coins for your expertise on gutting animals.
Thanks. Now you're talking.
What can you teach me?
That depends on what you want to know. Animals don't like to give up their claws. You have to place your knife very precisely. Your hand should be slightly crossed. Then you separate the claw with a powerful tug. Merchants are always eager to be paid in claws.
What can you teach me?
That depends on what you want to know. These flies have a soft spot on their backs. If you press there, the stinger will be squeezed out very far, and you can detach it with your knife.
How's the hunting?
I can't complain.
That'll never change. I couldn't care less. Just listen to him talk. Tell me that isn't
I think I've found something.
I've gone about it differently.
Anything's possible.
Nothing you can do about it.
Nobody ever asked.
Is it really true?
Hey, you! You're the farmer here?
You could say so, but I'm really just a tenant. All the land here is owned by one big farmer.
That's been known a long time.
I'm supposed to deal with your militia problem.
What? I told Onar he should send a couple of his mercenaries.
This is my chance to prove myself.
Terrific. Do you know what the militia will do to me if you screw it up? These bastards come by here once a week and collect the taxes for the city. It's a good thing you came just now. This is their usual time. We should be here any moment.
Let the militia come then. I'll deal with them.
I can't wait. Here they come now. See? I told you so. Just don't screw it up.
Is it really true?
Look at this one. Another joke.
Let's wait.
What are you doing here, huh? Who the hell are you?
That's all just...
I'm your worst nightmare.
You're a dead man.
Oh my God! Nobody will learn anything from me.
That's exactly what I said.
That's really not my problem.
Anything's possible.
It's a bad business.
Your militia problem is a thing of the past.
Not bad. Maybe there'll be something left over at the end of the month now for a change. Thanks.
How do you make a living?
Mostly hunting and the wood we cut. Of course, we also raise sheep and work the land. O&R saddles me with all these laborers, and I have to keep them busy somehow. Only a few of them are good hunters, you see.
Why haven't I heard about this before?
Balthazar the shepherd isn't allowed on your pasture?
Oh yeah, that story. I told him Sekob should pay me money if he wanted to lead the sheep into my pasture. To tell the truth, that's only harassment. I just can't stand Balthazar.
It's totally obvious.
It's a bad business.
Has anything strange happened around here lately?
Many strange things are happening these days, but none as strange as the mysterious disappearance of Pardos. He's one of my field workers, and certainly not the kind who would drop everything overnight and slink off just like that, you see.
Nothing's ever going to change that.
What exactly is so strange about his disappearance?
Pardos is such a timid sort. The furthest he's ever been from the farm is to the end of my fields. He would run away at the mere sight of a meat bug. Those things may not be pretty to look at, but you really couldn't call them dangerous. They say there's people who eat them. Gross.
You get used to it. Maybe he was simply fed up.
Working in the fields was his life. I cannot imagine him having gone to work for another farmer. With me, he could do whatever he wanted.
Any clues at all?
I think those bandits must have dragged him off. They've been roaming around this area for days now. I once saw them drag a citizen of the town off to their camp. It looked like they were gonna make him a slave.
Nothing's ever going to change that.
Where is this bandit camp?
At the far end of my fields, some steps lead down to a small hollow. That's where they have made themselves at home. I'd like to go look for Pardos there, but there's no way I'm going up against those guys. And you had better give him a wide berth, too. They're not known for their sense of humor.
That doesn't surprise me.
That's nothing new.
Were the bandits carrying weapons when they passed by here?
What kind of stupid question is that? How would they be bandits if they weren't armed?
I mean a whole load of weapons. A big delivery.
I see. Yes. Now that you mention it, they were carrying lots and lots. Some in barrels, some in bags, and some on the cart they brought.
You're employing day laborers?
Onar sends away the workers he can't use on his farm. Then he sends them to me. I feed them and they work here for me.
I'm not telling you anything new.
What do you think of Onar?
He's a greedy bastard who'll get us all hanged in the end. One of these days, the paladins will come out of the city and make us small farmers bleed for what he's doing here. But I haven't got a choice. The militiamen only come here to collect and not to defend the farm. If I held myself loyal to the city, I'd be very much on my own. At least Onar sends some mercenaries now and then to see how we're doing.
Let's wait and see what happens.
What have you got against the royal troops?
It's obvious. There hasn't been any improvement now that the paladins are in the city. Just the opposite. Now these cursed militiamen come onto our land even more often and steal everything they can. And the paladins don't do a darn thing about it. The only paladins that I've ever seen are the 2 guards at the pass. They wouldn't budge an inch, even if the militia slaughtered us all.
The pass?
Yeah, the pass to the old valley of mines by the waterfalls at the other end of the high pastures. Ask Malik about it. He was there a couple times last week.
Anything's possible.
Hey, you!
Anything's possible.
He's one.
Don't tell me you didn't know that.
He should have known.
He would have thought of that himself. There's nothing you can do about it.
There's...
Anything's possible.
I never knew that.
Hey, you! Bell?
Why haven't I heard about this before?
I can't
Nothing amazes me anymore.
I could have told you that before.
Wait a minute.
Look at this one. Another joke. What are you doing here, huh? Who the hell are you?
I'm your worst...
You're a dead...
You have to feel sorry.
Nothing you can do about it. Let's wait and see what happens. Nothing amazes me anymore.
Who said that?
You listen to the wrong people.
You're militia...
Not...
You don't have to ask me that.
It's a bad business.
Do you really think?
Everything all right?
Yet another day laborer who doesn't know where to go? No problem. Talk with our farmer Bengaar.
What are you doing here?
I'm the shepherd here. It's not exactly a demanding job, but now and then you really have to watch out, especially if you get too close to the pass.
What do you know about the pass?
Not much. Just that it leads to the old Valley of Mines that was surrounded by the barrier until a few weeks ago. Back then, the only thing we farmers had to be afraid of was the monthly caravan that took all kinds of goods to the Valley of Mines. Those cutthroats often made life difficult for us out here.
Where can I find the pass to the old Valley of Mines?
Near the 2 waterfalls on the other side of the high pastures.
What is it they say about the Valley of Mines?
All sorts of things. Some of the boys say they've heard screams at night. Some have seen strange lights over the mountains. But if you ask me, it's all just old wives' tales.
Have you ever been to the Valley of Mines?
No, but I go near the pass once in a while. Then I always see those 2 paladins who stand around and keep watch. It looks like they're making sure that nothing comes out of the valley. Back then, the Valley of Mines was a natural prison. If you went in, you never came out again.
Tell me more about the paladins. How long have they been posted there?
A week or 2, I suppose. I don't know exactly. Some time ago, there was even a whole troop of them that disappeared into the pass. Since then, I haven't seen them again.
I don't see any women here at all.
You got that right. This is a man's farm, so to speak. Works pretty well, I think.
Don't work too hard.
I'll try.
Nothing there. Nothing there.
I'm staying out of it.
I think I found something. Get away with that.
Yeah, he really said that.
I couldn't care less.
How are things?
So. Those mercenaries aren't much help, really. I had expected them to have a little more guts, at least. But they're just a bunch of braggarts and loudmouths, if you ask me. So what about those things I buried? Have you found them yet?
What was your business with the mercenaries?
I already told you I'm looking for this fellow in red armor. But the idiots here have no idea what I'm talking about.
I take it you're looking for someone named Dexter?
Damn it, how would I know the fellow's name?
Maybe we should go and see him together.
I've still got a bone to pick with him. I can handle that by myself.
I know where you can find him.
Really? Tell me.
Not far from here. He seems to be the leader of an evil gang of bandits.
Ha! Yup, that's him. I knew the old landlubber'd hold up here somewhere. Now, all I need to do is scour all the hideouts and rat holes around here. I'll find that bastard. Don't need your help for that.
I found your buried things.
Then you should be carrying about 100 gold coins, a golden chalice, a silver dish, and an amulet, and they're all mine. Give them here.
Here's your stuff. A bag with 100 gold coins, a golden chalice, a silver dish, and an amulet.
Very good. You're lucky that you weren't dumb enough to simply take the stuff and run. Here's your share of the booty.
Thekla sent me to pick up a package for her.
Ah, yes. I had actually expected her days ago. Here's the package. Take good care of it.
Heal me.
Let me see. My ointment will take care of the worst of your wounds.
Hey! Here's the package from Sagita.
Thanks a lot. So you can make yourself useful after all.
Can I have some more of your stew?
All right, I'll be nice then. Here. So you won't starve before my very eyes.
It can't go on like this forever.
I've gone about it differently. I never knew that. Is it really true?
That's the first I've heard of it.
I took care of Bengaar's militia problem.
Did you make sure that they won't be standing on his doorstep again tomorrow?
They'd have a really hard time doing that.
Well done. You passed your test. If you can handle a militia, most here will respect you.
My own opinion about that.
How's my reputation among the mercenaries?
Let's see. Wolf says he has nothing against you joining. Jarvis thinks you're on the right side. Cord thinks you'd be good enough to join. Cypher says that for him it was crystal clear that you'd get to join. Something seems to have made him really happy.
Nothing amazing.
You seem to have convinced Rod that you're strong enough. Sentenza won't vote for you. He says you still owe him 50 gold pieces. Buster says you're okay. And Dar says you're a blabbermouth. But his vote doesn't count for very much here. The rest of the mercenaries haven't said anything. You convinced most of them by passing the test. You have my vote in any case. And you won some fair duels. A lot of mercenaries respect that. Most of the mercenaries are for you. As far as we're concerned, you can start with us at any time. Go to Lee. He'll explain everything else to you.
Don't tell me you didn't know that.
I don't know why he gets so worked up.
I couldn't care less.
I'm not telling you anything new. That was obvious all along.
That's no secret. Reserve that.
Is it really true?
The militia are gone, and Balthazar can use your land again.
Why?
Because I said so.
All right, whatever you say. Let him find a place for his beasts somewhere behind the field.
Take care.
You too.